Hi guys, my name is Pin.Valentine, and this is Catching Up. What is this? Well, I've been away from YouTube for a little over a year. Not that I did much beforehand anyway. And what this is this is going to be a weekly podcast, talk show, radio thing where Thaddeus and I are going to get together every week and we're going to talk about specific things that are going on in the world, politics, religion's a good one, news, social lives, etc., etc. What is tonight's topic? Well, we don't have one because I've been gone for over a year. I've missed out on a lot. We didn't get to discuss a lot of things that had happened. Whether or not we'll get to any of those things, who the hell knows? So tonight is just basically a free form, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Tonight, my panel is, well, just Thaddeus at the moment. We might have a couple more joining us in a little bit. And we have nothing to discuss. But Thaddeus, I do have one piece of news that is probably the biggest news in the century. Are you ready for this?
What is it?
In September, the My Little Pony movie comes out.
Oh.
Discuss.
Well,
that is
not really
important information.
That is. Well, I'm not done yet. It's probably really, really important, but it's information I cannot comment on.
That it is the best information. Nothing could be better than that.
Oh, okay.
And I noticed that for my first podcast, I started 3 minutes late. That's not good.
Oh, that's kind of standard around here.
Standard. It is standard around here. And I haven't even looked yet. We probably still don't have any viewers. Who cares? Maybe somebody will come back and watch this.
You don't have any viewers yet? Doesn't say anything at the bottom?
Let's find out. Oh, does it say on here? I don't know.
No,
I have 0 viewers.
Not yet. I did a lot of link sharing. Someone should be watching eventually. I mean, well, just by probability, you're trying to tell me that every single person I sent the link to is not going to see it.
We have 1 viewer. Guess who that is?
Who?
Me.
Oh.
If we get somebody other than me watching the show, what should we give them? Should we give them a prize?
What type of prize?
I will think about them next time I'm in the shower. Too far?
Yeah, that could be an interesting prize to see if they want it.
Depends on what I think about.
Okay, well, it's something.
It's something. Probably nothing. So, is there anything that has happened in the last year that you were particularly interested in? And there's a few recent things that we can try to touch on tonight, but in the past year, what have you been interested in?
Mostly how much this little sector of the internet that we've kind of been involved with, the great debate community, has changed. Because it went through a huge change in like 1 year. A bunch of people just quit making their usual little hangout things for people to join and talk about subjects. And then a few new people like arrived on the scene, and now it's actually looks different, like who's active and who's not.
Is it smaller than it used to be?
Yes, much smaller, but at the same time, I feel like it's better this way because even though it's smaller, the people that gives everybody more of an audience.
Well, we don't have an audience so far, and right now we're doing fairly well, don't you think?
Yeah,
now,
but
the smaller
started, so
that's true. That's true. So, people, if you're watching, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, but you know what I'm thinking.
Not going to ask you to subscribe, but you better subscribe.
Exactly my words. I think I don't remember things. Now, the size difference in the community, it's gotten smaller. Do you think that has anything to do with the recent YouTube changes?
Yes, because I think some people don't know how to do the Google Hangout thing anymore.
Well,
they just change it on everybody's. What am I supposed to do? So let's go to YouTube Live now. And some people just get lost and they just like, I'm not going to learn this. I'm just going to give up.
I figured it out in like 10 minutes without anybody's help.
Yeah, but you weren't really using the old system back then because you weren't really running your own stuff.
That's true, and I completely lied. I used your help. Now, but besides that, I mean, YouTube has made some changes recently that they did apologize for, kind of, but they didn't really apologize for it. Where if a lot of things don't get monetized anymore, and
Oh
they don't
yeah,
get advertised anymore, and that's including
yeah.
saying or using the word atheist in your title names.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Was it
Like
actually the word, or is it just?
the word, yeah. You remember, you know, the Amazing Atheist. I'm sure everybody does. I mean, you don't even have to be involved in the Great
No,
Debate.
I heard about this, but I heard that the reason why his channel wasn't because of atheist in the title, it was because of something else. I can't remember what exactly it was, but
Well, it might have been
there was a
something else.
YouTuber named Harmful Opinions that actually pointed out what it actually was.
Well, what I'm referring to with him was a few months ago. I don't remember exactly when. I think it was in mid-January. As a joke, I think it was, he changed his name from Amazing Atheist to his real name, and he
Hmm.
left it about like that way for about a week. And then when he went to go try and change it back to the Amazing Atheist, and YouTube wouldn't let him because it had an offensive word in it.
I don't. I think it might just be part of their naming policy too.
Yeah, and the thing,
I
and
don't think it just lets you change your name willy nilly like that.
well, from what he said, it told him that there was an offensive word in the name, and there's only two words in Amazing Atheist, and I don't think anybody would find amazing offensive. Maybe some people, some really strange people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to the video because Harmful Opinions actually tested it, where he actually made like a channel and he was able to use the word atheist in it. So I don't think it was the word atheist that caused it. It might have been like a glitch on their end or something.
YouTube does have a lot of glitches. That is a possibility.
Because he tested it. So I mean,
I
I
mean,
can't remember the exact video to refer
YouTube
you
is
to, but
perfect. YouTube is amazing. It's perfect. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm sorry, YouTube, for saying such things. I'm new. Be nice to me.
yeah, you got to be careful, man. What do you think you're doing?
I gotta try. Oh, I should mention real quick,
What?
mostly for you, but
Oh, what?
for those people who probably will not watch this, um, that my name will be changing on this channel as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's gonna stay Pin.Valentine, except I'm going back to what I did a little over a year ago and putting the
Oh,
MX in the front of it. You remember that?
oh yeah, I
Mhm.
remember that.
And everybody kept calling me Max because they're dumb. They can't fucking read. So
Max
so
Valentine.
yeah, I had to change it back because I was in a hangout with fucking Gary, and he kept calling me Max, and I kept telling him over and over
Ooh.
again, Reed. Yeah, I used his real name in a video.
Yeah, you're not
Ooh,
supposed to do that.
ooh, scary. I'm so scared. No, he kept calling me Max. I don't care if you were to call me my real name, that's fine. If he wants to call me something other than Pin.Valentine, that's fine. But when you're misreading it, that's completely different, dude. It doesn't even have an A in it.
Well,
M
he used to pronounce my old channel's name different too. So I mean, it's not just you. It's a thing.
I mean, it's kind of like with him specifically because he's really the only person who did it, and it caused me to change my name back. And with him, mispronouncing your name and misreading my name, it's no wonder that he reads the Bible and believes what it says.
Well, he keeps pronouncing my name. He kept when I had the old channel that was Keefy's Elite Hunter. Instead of saying Keefy's, he'd say Keeves. Say, hey, Keeves. I'm just going with myself. It's not Keeves, it's Keefy's. Holy crud!
He
Where
completely
are you
ignored.
getting Keeves from? Like I understand, like they're close. But I mean, there's a specific way I'd have to type my name more for you to grammarly like pronounce it that way. Like it's really clear. I thought I made it. Like phonetically, I spelt it in such a way that you'd be able to say it properly.
Yeah.
But no, apparently not.
How do you miss two E's?
Yeah, exactly. Keeves. Okay.
And the thing,
And he still pronounces it wrong, even to this day. Because apparently I'm perma banned from his channel right now. Because I'm started using, oh wow, now that I started using, my real name and everything, he doesn't like the fact that I no longer go by Keefe's and all that. And he still pronounces it wrong. He still pronounces it like Keef's Keefers or something. It's like it's Keefe's Kefers. Are you serious?
well, I used to call you Keiths or Keefers too, but
Yeah, but I
as like
mean
a
he
pet name.
pronounces it. Yeah, but
But it's just,
does it
but
wrong so consistently. I think there's actually a problem with them pronouncing things.
either that or reading things. I think it's reading things since he added an A to my name.
Okay.
which is amazing because he talks like he's an educated man. He talks like it. He's not an educated man, but he doesn't sound like he's straight up from the hood, yo. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know.
Well, I mean, at the same time, though, he does say he does like to ask questions a lot. So, I mean, shoot.
You know, if he does use ax instead of ask, I've never noticed.
Or he says, "Let me ask you a question." You haven't
But
noticed that?
to be fair, how you pronounce words and how you say things doesn't have any indication about how intelligent you are.
No. I like people's like this. I know some people make fun of people for their accent, and I actually like different accents. That's just kind of my thing. So it's not whenever I do that kind of thing. It's not like I'm saying it's bad that you speak your accent. But at the same time, I still do find it kind of it's kind of funny when people point it out because it's
But it is.
I guess without using a better word, it's kind of cute.
It's kawaii. Oh my god,
Pronounce it like
kawaii. But
oh well, look at
it,
this.
it
He
is
says ask a question. How cute.
either way. It is just fun to pick on Gary. In case those of you who aren't watching are wondering, we're talking about G-Man.
In case those of you who aren't watching, how accurate.
G-Man, if you're not watching, which you're probably not ever.
Well, he might. You never know.
He might. You never. Somebody might pass it down the line. It might I might get one other viewer, and that guy might say something. Who knows? But Gary, if you're watching, fuck you. Go away.
Well, I guess I'm not gonna get unperma-banned anytime too soon. Thanks.
He's got me banned too. Who gives a shit?
Oh, really? What did you do now?
I don't. Oh, I know what it was. And,
What?
before I tell you what it was, here's the interesting thing. This was before I went away. This was back last February, I think, right before I left.
Shoot.
Yeah,
You got banned quicker than me.
yeah. And the thing is,
Just like a race banned by him. Shoot.
no. Here's the thing: is he banned me before? Are you hearing my Facebook notifications?
Yes.
Oh Lord, I don't know how to separate those. Here's what I'll do. I'll just close Facebook for now. Fuck that shit. Okay, Miranda, I love you, baby, but you got to shut up. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, like it was like right before I left. Or maybe a little before I left. He banned me, and then about a month and a half, 2 months later, he did that video that was like 10 minutes long, talking about how he's making his new start on YouTube's, and he's gonna unban everybody, and conveniently forgot to unban some people, including me. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. But what I got banned for is he was in a hangout with Alexia Richardson. And Alexia had added me to the hangout to speak with Gary. And I don't remember what the topic was. And, I've heard some things about Alexia recently. I don't know how true they are. But she was, from what I heard, it might surprise people to know that she was actually trying to get me to be nice. Alexia, if you're not watching, I still have hope for you. And I wasn't being nice because I don't care. And I asked him straight up, is your name Gary Moore? It wasn't even a live hangout. wasn't a live hangout. It was a legit question out of curiosity, and he lit the fuck up. He hated that shit. He did not like that. And I asked him for a very specific reason. It wasn't just because I wanted to doc drop him or anything. It was a very specific reason why I wanted to know. And he wasn't happy with it. And the reason is, let me tell you this story. There's a reason why I wanted to know. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard a Christian say. This was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago almost, where this person said this, and it is still to this day the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard anybody say, let alone Christian, atheist, anybody. I was playing on Call of Duty live, and me and my buddy Troy get on there every once in a while with the mic on, and we intentionally trash talk people. We're not all that great at the game ourselves. We can get by, but we trash talk people because we love it when people get pissed at the game. Funny shit. Now, I have a clan tag or a picture, whatever you want to call it, on there that says God does not exist. And I put that up on there because another guy had a picture that said something along the lines that Jesus saves or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy went on to a long-ass rant about how black people descended from Adam and Eve and were created divinely by God, and white people descended from apes.
Okay.
Couldn't make that shit up if I tried.
Oh, hey, I guess that explains the evolution thing. I mean,
It
there's like
must.
there's no like fossil record of this, but there is of that. That makes total sense. So humans didn't come from apes, but did at the same time.
Yeah,
It
really,
all
it kind
makes
of
sense
solves all
now.
the problems, right? It kind of puts them together. It's all right.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
But I couldn't make that shit up if I tried. This guy was fucking dumb, and I'm going by what he said, by when he said he was black, and by the way he talked,
Okay.
which might be a little racist, but I don't care. People talk differently depending on the households that they grew up in. That's
Yeah,
you
and
know, plenty of white people talk the same way, but I know a few of them. They're morons, and I know a few black people that talk like what they call white people, and they're morons too. Fuck them. And the guy said his name was Gary Moore, and to look him up on YouTube, which is what I did the next day, and I found G-Man.
oh, that's why.
And I immediately noticed that these two people sounded exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if G-Man actually believes that. I've never heard him say it in one of his videos or a hangout or anything. But if this is the same guy,
That is insane that you actually came across.
I know. And that's how I actually got involved in the Google Plus community.
Really?
Yeah. And
Nice.
that's the funny thing, though. And it wasn't until like 2 years after finding
That's
Gary
awesome.
that I asked him that question. And would you put it past him? I mean, how much respect can he have for a black man who says that it's okay to own people? That slavery is okay because it's divine by God and stupid shit like that. Would you really put it past him to say something like that? Now, I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I don't know if that was actually him. I don't know if it was actually him. It might have been somebody else. Who knows?
But if it was,
If it was, that's crazy even for Gary.
yes.
Which is, oh, fucking A. But let me bring
cool.
things back around. I'm changing my name back to MX Pin.Valentine. MX, if you don't know,
Oh,
is
you
a
mean Max?
yes, Max. If you don't know, MX is one of the very many gender neutral versions of Mr. and Mrs.
Ew.
So instead of Mr. Pin.Valentine, it's MX
I
Pin.Valentine.
kind of figured that's what it meant. I mean, I didn't know at the time when I first, met you on Google Plus, but after a while of, watching a lot of these social political videos and stuff on YouTube, it's like I kind of start to realize what some of this stuff means. Like, okay, that's probably what that referred to. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought about using a different gender neutral whatever, but I like MX. It sounds cool. Anyway. And the reason why I'm doing that is
That
because
sounds a lot like Max if you're G-Man.
right, the official pronunciation is either MX or Mix. I like MX. It sounds cooler.
Okay.
Because I can be vain every once in a while. Leave me alone. And the reason why I'm changing it is because I am making 2 other YouTube channels, one of which is going to be called Just Pin.Valentine. Not the word just. Just the name Valentine.
There's like what? There's like the unfair Pin.Valentine, and there's the just one.
There's the just one.
Then there's the unjust one. Like you don't want to talk to that unjust guy.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to that guy. He's an asshole. I am too, but he's more of an asshole. And
at least the just one is just.
Yeah, there's the just and unjust. Eventually, I get into the 7 deadly sins. I'll call sloth Valentine, wrath Valentine, lust Valentine. Well, I can't go less Valentine. I'm already less Valentine. Who knows? Girl. Anyway, yeah, and the reason is the Pin.Valentine channel, the regular, the one that the reason why I'm changing it is going to be surprise, surprise, because I'm not this at all, a family friendly channel. So I want to keep the 2 channels separated.
How are you going to do that? I mean, this is you we're talking about here.
I
know I can I can censor myself pretty well. I mean,
it is,
but at the same time, this is you. So
this is going to be one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And then I'm going to have to do several regular series on this channel. Ugh, tell me about it. I'm going to have to channel my inner Stampy and go, girl, you know what? You got to shut the fuck up. Okay.
It's going to take a lot of re-recordings every time you say the F word or something.
And the problem is it's Minecraft, so I have to undo everything.
Oh,
man. man. I am also making a separate gaming channel than that, and that one's not going to be family friendly. Fuck those kids, man. Oh, I shouldn't say that in case they see this. Fuck those kids, man. And right about now, everybody who's not watching is not wondering why I keep saying girl.
Oh yeah, of course, because no one's watching. Even if I sent the link out to who knows how many people.
They might see it eventually. Who knows? I got 13 subscribers, most of which I can't see.
If someone's watching, they're probably not using their YouTube account or they don't have one.
That's a possibility. But if they don't have a YouTube account, that is annoying. But if they are watching and they don't have a YouTube account, it's unlikely that they found me unless they like specifically looked up something relating to this.
Or they it's one of the people that I linked to, but they're just watching via not using a YouTube account.
Exactly.
Because you can still access YouTube when you're not signed in. I know I had to get technical right there. I mean, you say no one's watching, but there might be someone watching.
Well, if you are watching,
like, hey, I'm watching. What are you talking about?
If you are watching, congratulations. I don't know who you are, your name, what you look like, or anything, but I will be thinking about you next time I am in the shower, girl.
That's pretty hard to do if you don't know what they look like, huh?
I have a vivid imagination, sir.
Oh, so you can just make up what they look like. Huh?
I will do that, and they will coincidentally look like either Selena Gomez or Adam Lambert. Who knows?
All right. Or maybe a combination of the two.
Maybe. Maybe it'll be a weird looking thing.
Shoot.
But yeah, it'll happen. Maybe.
So sorry he has to paint you like this in advance, but I mean, that's just kind of his brain, and I can't really do too much about it. I mean, we tried counseling, we tried therapy. It doesn't
we tried Christianity. It doesn't work, girl. It does.
No.
But it will be fun. I think out of all of the channels that I'll be doing, this will be the most fun because then I just get to fuck with people.
And that's what makes the world go around, in your opinion?
Well, what else would make it go around? You know,
besides money.
You know what it is? It's a flat disc, right? The Earth.
Oh yeah, right.
What they got is, you remember the Hot Wheel tracks? They got those spinner things make the car go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's on the edge of the Earth, just making it go around.
Oh, yeah, it's
in a circle.
Yeah, it's like a little spinner thing.
At any moment, God is going to drop that needle from, like, those old phonograph thingies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going to drop that needle, and all of a sudden, all we're going to hear is 7 bells, man. It's going to happen. Watch out.
Man, it's just like the signs of the times. I mean, they're talking like it's the end of the world, and I mean, it's coming. It's coming.
I think there's an end to something coming, and I don't think it's the end of the world. Because speaking of Gary and the end of the world.
Oh no.
Because he's been in that whole thing with the flat earthers lately.
Yes, he has. And the flat earth thing, I don't know if you noticed, but even before G-Man got involved, this has become a really big movement on YouTube. Like, it's surprising how big it is. You actually search it up, and there's like all these channels dedicated to it, and they have like pretty loyal fan bases.
I think some recent surveys showed that like 46% of the United States believe in a flat Earth, which is probably completely wrong. I'm probably making that up on the top of my fucking head.
Yeah,
but it's true. And the thing is, Gary keeps saying that he's going to crush them, and they're never going to talk about it again because they're fucking morons and blah 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 blah. And the thing is, he's not saying anything new. And he's not even giving good arguments. The only thing he's using is the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that's when Christians go at war with each other, religion is in a very interesting spot.
Yeah.
Of course, they've been going at war with each other for centuries.
Well, this is more of a science kind of thing where it's like.
And yet neither one of them are using science.
Well, G-Man's kind of trying. He's saying the experts. He's kind of appealing to the experts, which I find kind of interesting because they don't. He
hates it. he hates when people do that.
It's weird because it's like the same reasons that people believe in the flat Earth are the same reasons a lot of people believe in creationism. It's like they don't see it though.
And on the flip side,
it's like what you trust what the experts say over the Bible. That's exactly what the flat earthers are saying too. For all you creationists that use that type of argument.
And on the flip side, for the exact same reason that Gary is denouncing the flat Earth, are the exact same reasons I denounce Jesus and God. The exact same. It's crazy. So that brings up my question now: who's more retarded in this case? I know a retarded is if any, all the people that aren't watching are going to not send me hateful comments about, oh, you use retarded.
All the people that are not watching.
Yeah, or watching, who knows. And then so who's more retarded in
So
this
dismisses everybody who doesn't have a number on them. You don't know. Just because it only says one watching now, it doesn't mean that there's other people who aren't signed in. I try to look on the bright side of things. I don't know. You're the one being pessimistic.
I have to be. It's kind of the nature of an atheist, according to Gary.
That's right. You're right. You don't have any hope because there's like no God to look to.
We have no hope, no morals, none of that.
Yeah, that's right. Man, it must suck.
No purpose. You know, I'm basically a shell of a human.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's like nothing there. It's like you're just a computer.
Yeah, I mean, I have more personality than what's that fucker's name that keeps debating Matt Dillahunty? Matt Slick. I have more personality than Matt Slick, and yet I'm a shell of a person.
Wow.
Fuck Matt Slick. He's a dumbass too.
Anyways,
so who's more retarded in this situation? Is it Gary or the flat earthers? When it comes to the flat Earth debate, who's more retarded?
Flat Earth. Here's the thing. At least with some of the flat earther people, it's like, at least they're being honest with what they believe. I think some of them, because when it comes to some of the creationist people, it's like, I feel like they've been told so many times.
Right.
And they've been shown evidence so many times, at least on this community. But the flat earth people, it's like, at least with them, it's like they don't engage enough with some of these people to really see the evidence or whatnot, or to really look at it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why
some of these creationist people that are in the great debate community, it's like they come back year after year talking about some of the same stuff. Where the whole flat earther people, it hasn't started to spill into the great debate community until like very recently. So they haven't really had that opposing opinion, you know, on them for that long.
Yeah. Before I say who's more retarded, I think what is happening is that creationists got tired of using the same arguments over and over again, and them not working on atheists, because we hear them all the time, you know, and they wanted something new to argue about. That's why I think Pillbox is a troll. I don't think I'm sorry, Pillcunt. That's why I think Pillcunt is a troll. He doesn't actually believe in the.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because I was thinking about. I think
he just wants
both Pillbox and Rand Campbell, to an extent. I think that they might be like trolling. I could be wrong because Rand Campbell actually has like evidence that he does stuff. Some of the stuff that he says he does, so he could be actually legit, but. Pillbox, I've heard it said many times that he's just a Poe.
There are only two people, and
MG42 Pillbox is who we're talking about, in case you don't know.
MG42 Pillcunt. Now, I don't know a lot of the people in the flat Earth community, mostly because I stay away from it. It's bullshit. I don't want to fucking hear this.
That's the funnest one.
I just get tired of conspiracy.
That's even more fun than the evolution thing. That's so overdone. Flat Earth thing is something new. It's like it's fascinating how stupid it is.
I try to stay away from evolution arguments too, because I'm not a biologist. I don't know as much biology as I should be able to argue on its behalf. I just know enough to understand that it is probably true. That's kind
of how I see evolution as well. That's why I don't try to argue for it. That's not really my thing. If you catch me on a bad day, you could probably get me to almost buy into creationism again.
You'd be a moron. Now, but I don't know a lot of people that are in the flat Earth community, but from who I've heard, there are only two people who I am 99.5% sure they actually do believe in the flat Earth, and the first is Jeranism, or Jism, as is his fond nickname, is because I've watched a few hangouts with him with Red's Rhetoric, and the reason why I actually believe it is because he said in one of those debates with Red's Rhetoric, I don't remember who asked it, but somebody asked Jeranism in the chat, what math can he show? Or why do you refuse the math that shows the Earth is round? And his answer, not word for word, but his answer was, for real, I don't understand the math, so I'm not going to listen to it. Are you fucking kidding me? And then goes on to try to use math to prove the flat Earth. Math that he doesn't understand. It's funny shit. And the other one is what is her name? Ruby Rose something? Rose Patton.
Yeah.
She's a dumb cunt. She's so all over Pill Cunt's dick that there's no way that she doesn't believe it. I think she just believes anything that comes out of his mouth.
It's hard to say because part of me wants to say that maybe she's trolling as well. Like, I'm not trying to make this all a big conspiracy or nothing. I don't want to say I sound no different than they do, but at the same time,
it's possible. She gets more angry than he does.
No, the thing is that she is with him so much. Like, they were, like, even back when I had the old channel, it seems like both of them are like partners in crime kind of thing. So it's like, I wonder if both of them are kind of in on the whole, trolling thing. And they're just very convincing trolls, both of them. She's even talked about, seeing like MG42 Pillbox real life and all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know. Because if he's a Poe and she actually has met him, then there's probably good possibility she's a Poe as well.
It's possible. It's possible. I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah, I know exactly. Again, this is all I really don't know. It's all speculation, but
speculation is fun, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course. Why do you think conspiracy theories exist?
Disclaimer: when I am in a debate with you, speculation does not work for evidence. Leave it out.
The note doesn't work, but it's still fun though.
If ever I am in a debate with anybody. Those of you who are not watching, we keep making fun of the fact that nobody's watching, even though people are probably watching. It's very meta.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we're just going to go by the numbers, there's no one watching.
Well, yeah, that's true. Can't go by the numbers when it comes to how many atheists are in the world, on account that a lot of them don't report being atheist.
Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of them like to call themselves
agnostic or lie,
or maybe they're just non-religious.
I don't care what you say. If you want to call yourself agnostic, that's great. You're just using a different word, because agnostic means it refers to knowledge in general, not to a god. If you're not convinced that a god exists, you are atheist. I'm sorry, but you are. If you want to call yourself agnostic, fine. I'm not going to fight you on it. Just know that you are an atheist. That's all I ask. Now,
well, I mean, I think you should have a certain amount of belief in you or non-belief in you in order to call yourself an atheist. Because I mean, even back when I, consider myself a Christian, it's like I was still kind of agnostic about, to the sense where it's like I wasn't 100% sure there was a God.
But yeah, at some level you were
95, 98%.
So you weren't. You're not still really an atheist,
no,
because you are at least at some level convinced.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
But I'm not Christian anymore either. Like, I've changed my disposition.
Good on ya. Now we can trash talk the Bible and Gary. Nice.
Well, I still don't agree with using his real name, but that's just me.
The way I see it is, if you want somebody to use the name that you prefer, that person you're asking to use the name that you prefer has got to have some level of respect for you, because then they're doing what you request. I have no respect for Gary. He deserves no respect from me, at least. I don't think he deserves respect from anybody, but I can't speak for everybody.
Maybe he'll get a little more respect after he blocks me, but for now, I don't know. It's like the golden rule. Do to others as you'd have them do to you, or whatever that was.
See, the thing is, I really don't
Bible
care.
Or whatever.
I really don't care if he unblocks me. I really don't. And the only benefit that would have is that we would end up in a conversation together, and that would mean views for me. And I don't care about views. I don't care. If people watch me, that's awesome. I hope people do. That's great. But if they don't, I'm not going to be heartbroken. And that's the only benefit he could possibly give me. So if he doesn't unblock me, I'm okay. I'll survive, I promise. It might take some time, some therapy, probably a shit ton of medication, but I will get over it.
Oh yeah, maybe it just might take a little bit of some injecting of the marijuana, but shit.
The marijuanas.
Oh yeah, and marijuana is all of them.
Did you take any marijuanas today, Thad?
Well, I only had like one needle, and I kind of saving it for something. So I mean,
Oh man. I
yeah.
swallowed my needle last night.
Oh shoot, that's terrible.
Yeah, I have to go get some more needles to swallow.
Yeah, I know. It's mean. I wish they made them like a little more convenient to swallow, don't you? I mean, it's
Yeah,
all pointed.
they are a bit painful. They are. But if if you're like me and you really practice, then you can open up your throat and it'll be much easier.
Oh, okay.
Was that my first official gay joke?
Well, let's see here. We've been streaming for a while, so I'm pretty sure back in the stream, if we were to go back, we'd see a few other ones. But I can't say for sure they'll have a good memory.
We'll find out.
Maybe you will. I don't know if I'm gonna watch all this again.
I have to though because I'm gonna do the thing I said.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to do the editing
And I have
thing.
to figure out where the clips are.
Dude, but that's probably where we're gonna get half of our comments from, right? Because you can actually use the tags in there. It's like flat Earth is like you're definitely gonna blow up because people
Right.
really don't like it when you criticize their little flat Earth.
Well, fuck them and their flat earth. They can suck my niggly diggly dick.
Oh shoot! Now you're getting racy.
That was a Troyism. If a Troyism. Remember, I mentioned my buddy Troy earlier. I play Call of Duty with him. This dude is fucking strange, but I love the fuck out of him because he's funny. He says some of the strangest shit, dude, and he doesn't think about it. He just comes out of his mouth, and it's some of the strangest shit you've ever heard. And one of them was "suck my niggly diggly dick."
Oh shoot! Looks like somebody needs a filter. They could get beat up one day.
I don't care.
Well, of course you don't care.
It's
But I'm
happened.
talking about him.
He almost did. There was one time we were at a bar. Okay. We were watching a live band and the band went on break and he was drunk off his ass. Like
Well, yeah, no, okay. I can see where this is gonna go, I think.
he is a bitch drinker. He is. He takes a couple drinks of something that's not even all that strong. I have to finish it and I'm barely tipsy. And I'm a lightweight. I'm a fucking lightweight. But he is drunk off his ass. Okay. We're sitting at the table. He's laughing at everything. Across the room of this bar, there's a table with 3 or 4 ladies at it.
Okay.
And they ended up being really nice at the end.
Mhm.
And they were somewhat loud enough to where we could hear them, but they weren't really like arguing or anything. And one of them said, "Peter is really transparent." And without hesitation, Troy looked over and yelled, "I'm transparent."
Okay.
Dude is strange. One of my favorites things he's ever said is somebody at work, we used to work together, somebody at work asked him how big his dick was. Because he's a strange motherfucker, not a 10, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And maybe a 6 or a 7, if I'm being nice. And somebody asked him how big his dick size is because they couldn't believe that he would get as many girls as he does. He gets a lot of them. Somebody asked him how big his dick was, and his response was, without hesitation again, was, "My dick isn't largely large as I had hoped it would be large, but if it's not proportionate, I guess I'm fucked." What does that even mean?
Well, we can kind of have our suspicions on what it means.
Well, I actually I don't know what it meant because I actually know how big his dick is. And I'll tell you why. We used to share a room. I've walked in on him many times. He's a very sexual person. And I'm not going to say anything. All I know is, as a result, I don't know what the fuck he means by that.
Oh, okay. So you said something without even saying anything. I see how it is.
Oh, you know me. You know I can do that, girl. You know? Okay. And the thing is, Troy, if you're not watching, which he probably will eventually, he's a funny guy. I can't get enough of him. I hope he joins us on one of the episodes. He's amazing. Strange as fuck, funny as fuck. I can't get enough of him. But let me get to who I was going to say was more retarded about 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
G-Man is more retarded. I'm sorry, Gary is more retarded.
Okay, yeah.
And it's for the exact same reasons that you said. The flat earthers, as far as we can tell, are being honest. They are using actual scripture. They are Gary is denying that it's scripture at all, which is fucking stupid because it's flat. It right out says that it is a flat earth. Right there in
Well, it
Genesis.
doesn't. It's weird because the way the language it's used, it's like you can kind of use some of the verses to justify either or.
Yeah,
like when you really
that's
read
the
it.
Bible for you. That's
So
the
you
Bible
can
for
really
you.
say and
So.
say, oh, look, well, that's not saying flat Earth, but you can look at some verses and say, oh, look, it says actually, that it is round, and it's like it's very vague wording. If you just look at it in English, you actually have to go back to the Hebrew and whatnot, see what the actual words were in order to really kind of get a grasp of what it's saying. Because if you just read it as English, it's like you're not really getting the picture.
It doesn't matter. The Bible's still false. But that's
Okay,
the Bible for you. Is it contradicts itself all the time. For like in Genesis, it says that the snake was created in the garden. It says nothing about Satan. And then in Revelations, I think it was it mentions that the snake was actually Satan. I'm like, make up your mind, man.
Yeah, but it actually didn't say it wasn't, did it?
It didn't say it wasn't.
Come on, you don't want to get into this with me.
Well, it didn't say it wasn't, but Satan was an angel who was in heaven. He wasn't created. He wouldn't have been created in Eden unless he decided to create angels in Eden, which doesn't make
What
sense.
if he created them like before the whole Eden thing even went down?
Exactly. The snake, it says in Genesis that the snake was created in Eden.
Anyways.
We'll get into debates another day on a whole other show.
Don't do that.
Oh, man.
Just because I'm not a Christian doesn't mean I won't argue for when I think the Bible might be saying something correct.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time.
Oh, yeah.
On a different show. This show's not meant for debate.
No, don't do debates on this. Come on, maybe that's half the reason why half the people aren't even watching. They think it's going to be some sort of debate thing.
Of course, even though debate will probably happen, I want contradicting views so we can just actually.
No, you already have one. Me, just some stuff I just won't bother saying because it's like I don't want to cause problems all the time.
Well, problems are a fun thing to do. For example, I might go out tomorrow night and fuck with the street preacher because I can. I live in Vegas. They're every fucking where, and they're all fucking stupid except for last Saturday. They weren't around. I don't know why. Kind of.
They're all stupid. That's a pretty bold claim.
They are fairly stupid. These are the guys. These aren't the YouTube people that you see on here. These are the guys that are out on the street telling everybody and their mothers that they are going to hell. That's all.
One of those ones.
They're fucking stupid. This one guy I argued with, I actually got up in his face because as an Asian couple an elderly Asian couple passed by, kind of scoffed at him and ignored him. He said on his loudspeaker, "Oh, you guys are Asian. It must be okay." Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I mean, two things. One, what? And then, what? Okay, so because they're Asian, does that mean they get a pass, or does that mean?
If that's the case, Miranda is lucky. She's half Asian. She gets a half pass.
Oh, come on. So I got the wrong genetics for that kind of thing. If I was like part Asian, then I don't know. Maybe it's not such a good thing now I think, but I don't know.
The problem with me is I'm German and Irish, which means wherever I'm going, there better be some fucking whiskey and brandy. I tell you.
I'm already a mixture of a bunch of different things. So I mean,
I believe it.
Do I really need like another one in there? Like here's the thing. Every time one of those, like for your genetics, each one of those things that you're a part, it affects, like what you end up looking like and everything. So it's like, I don't know, maybe one more race thrown there that might have screwed up what I look like.
I know what you mean. I have a very German face and a very Irish hair. Oh my God, I'm getting stuck in Irish. This is what happens.
Oh man.
This is what happens when you spend 10 hours a day at work by yourself and all you have to do is practice your voices for your upcoming class. So I was doing Irish most of the day. I was doing Irish most of the day. I'm not even very good at it, but I get stuck.
I'm talking about all the potatoes.
Talking about all the potatoes. I'm so Irish, I'm part potato. Miranda, she look like a spud. I love her. I tell you, baby, you're so sexy looking like a spud. Get in the bed over there. I'll mash you. Irish.
That's the one. That's the one you decided to practice, huh?
Well, I was doing that in Scottish. My
Uh,
Scottish is very bad.
well, I mean,
Very
shoot,
bad.
you think you might want to master the Irish first, and then maybe tackle Scottish because they're kind of similar, but kind of not.
They're kind of similar, but kind of not. I mean, Irish has the high R, right? And Scottish has the hard R. And that's what the main difference is. That's getting me. That's difficult because every time I try to practice Scottish, I go right back into Irish, and I don't mean to. And they do sound different, but similar.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great. Scottish has the hard R's. It's harder. I can't do the hard R as well. It's like trying to learn Spanish and rolling your L's while you talk. R's while you talk. I can't do it.
Yeah, some people don't even know how to do like the tongue roll thing.
Oh,
So,
I can. I can do the tongue roll. I just can't do it while I'm talking. It's like Miranda with yeah, it's like Miranda while chewing gum and walking at the same time. It's just not gonna happen. Okay. But
it can't happen. It's like it's a physical impossibility.
it is a physical impossibility. Well, we have just a little over 10 minutes. We might go a little over because we started late, but
Oh, do we actually have someone else watching now?
we did, and they left immediately. They probably got offended by my Scottish accent. That's what I said. I don't know who it was, but if they come back,
about potatoes. What's this?
talk about that. Well, welcome to Catching Up, where all we talk about is potatoes.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I peeled a potato, and a peeling got in my eye. What do you say about it? How do I prevent it? But I want to get into another topic real quick.
Okay.
And it's Trump.
Oh no.
You gotta love him.
But it was only our first episode. You don't want to drive everybody away from ever watching the show ever again, do you?
Well, hopefully I'll get some. If Trump supporters come in here,
Oh,
I want to
don't
let
think they
them.
will, but you never know.
If they do, and I'm going to be very blunt about this because I don't care and I want them to know. If they're a Trump supporter and refuse to acknowledge Trump's faults, then they are not welcome in this room. They're not welcome.
Oh, so you're one of those politically polarizing people.
I'm not usually politically polarizing, but Trump is one of the worst presidents that we've ever had, and there are people who are defending him at every turn for everything that he does, and he's done nothing good. And if you're not going to recognize the bad shit he does, then I don't want you around.
I don't defend him for everything, but I do think that some of the claims people make is just going a little too far off the deep end, like especially before he was even elected.
I agree, and I have to remind Miranda constantly that she had a problem with her birth control pills a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whenever, and because they gave her a different brand than she usually got, which I don't know if you know this can be create problems for her, right?
Okay, well now I do know.
Yeah, it can create problems. So because it's a different brand, they had to call their insurance and everything, and it has nothing to do with Trump. Trump's healthcare thing hasn't even taken effect yet. Probably won't take effect until next year. And here she is on social media blaming Trump. And I keep telling her, babe, you can't
not one of those people.
Yeah, and I told her, babe, Trump didn't do it. And she goes, well, I don't care. I'm gonna blame him anyway. And I said, no, babe, you lying makes us look worse.
Can't do that.
Us lying makes him look good.
It's like, what you doing? Don't do that.
Because all he's going to do is look at him lie about me. I would do a Trump impression, but I can't. I can do every impression of a president up until Nixon, but not Trump. And I told her, babe, lying only makes him look better. It makes us look worse. So don't lie. If he actually does something, then confront him about it. But don't lie.
I'll admit, I mean, and this is coming from a Canadian, by the way, so of course it's not going to affect me as much. But I'll admit, when Trump ended up winning, because of the social political climate at the time and how it seemed like it kind of like he was kind of painted almost as if, I don't know why he was painted this way, because now that he's in office and stuff, it doesn't seem like it, but he's painted as almost if he was the one that represented the free speech side of the argument versus the, you know, the really regressive social justice warrior types. So it's like when he won, it's almost like it was a victory for the rest of us that were like super pro freedom of speech and artistic expression, and all that. So I was actually kind of happy that he won.
Well,
But
the
then
thing is,
after a while, when he starts, you know, doing all this stuff, it's like, I don't know. It's like he's might be making some wrong decisions, but
the thing is,
not my country.
well, being that America, like other superpowers, is as big as it is, it will have some effect on Canada, I'm sure. I just don't know what it is, or what it would be. And the thing is, it's cool that he has free speech. I'm cool. I'm cool with the fact that he promotes free speech, even though he consistently tries to threaten jail time for reporters that report on him negatively, which they should be doing. Which goes against free speech. And the thing is, there's a fine line between free speech and hate speech. Hate speech does not count as free speech. Hate speech is technically illegal, I believe. I could be wrong. Especially when you do something like inciting violence, which he did in almost all of his rallies, even recent ones after he became president.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna go there tonight. I'm
Yeah,
like
and
pro free speech to the point where it's like,
and he said
I'm
something.
sorry, but anybody should really say what they want. At least that's me.
And I agree. Nobody should have the right to censor you. Nobody should have the right to complain about the things you say, unless it's hate speech.
I mean, they have the right to complain because that's their right to have a problem with it. It's just that just as you are free to do your thing, they're free to do their thing.
What I mean by that, let me retract and rephrase. What I mean by that is they don't have the right to try and affect how or what you say. That's what I mean. Unless it's hate speech or inciting violence. And he said he incited violence. He said some insanely racist things. And it's just free speech to an extent, I guess. I mean, that would be the one good thing that he's done. But what I want to talk about now is his ties with Russia and him firing Comey, or Comey, however you pronounce it.
I know. I didn't see. I knew that something was going on because there's some people that were talking about. I wasn't even sure what it was about. I heard that name thrown around.
Comey was the chief investigative officer of the Senate, something like that. Something like that. And he was openly investigating Trump's ties with Russia, which, I don't know if you know this, probably won him the election by fraud. Because all 17 of America's intelligence agencies, that's all 17 of them, that's the CIA, FBI, etc., have confirmed that yes, Russia did hack our voting system. They did hack it. That's why we had to have a revote. Well, that's why the Electoral College revoted it, and their dumbasses revoted him back in. So, and now the idea is that he has ties with Russia that caused that to happen, and Comey was investigating this. And because he was investigating this, Trump fired him. Now, we know this is the reason why he fired him, because he didn't say it. He gave some other bullshit excuses that he once praised him for, including investigating Obama and Hillary Clinton, stuff like that. He even went as far as to say, yeah, Hillary's emails were pretty bad and stuff, but, you know, he stuck his nose in where it didn't belong. He's the chief investigative officer. That's exactly where it belongs. So he fired him for this, and this is the third person now that he's fired for investigating him.
Well, you know what I'm going to say, right? Well, you're the one saying all this stuff, so when the angry comments come in, it's like I'm not really saying any of this for sure. So
I'm okay with that.
So when people prove you wrong, or if they can, like, yeah,
if they can.
I didn't say too much of that stuff. That's him. That's not me.
I take full responsibility. I did not have sexual relations with that chicken.
Better not.
I am not a crook. No, the thing is, that's treason by definition, and that is an impeachable offense. And it's a scandal. He definitely has ties with Russia. There's no doubt about it, because he himself has admitted it. I think.
You think?
If I remember, if I
Can't say
remember
that.
correctly, yeah, I'm going to
You,
retract and say
you better know.
if I'm going to
It's the
retract and
internet.
rephrase and say that I believe at one point he admitted it. I have to go back and try and find the video.
Oh, shoot, you believe? That's even worse.
I know I am like totally against belief in a general sense. I mean, I have beliefs, but not like
Oh no.
not when it comes to facts. It's just, oh man, we have the worst president. Keefe's, you and your Canadians.
Keefe's.
I'm sorry, it is a habit. I have known you for years as Keefe's.
That's not my real name.
I know Thaddeus.
Shoot, if you're gonna say anything, at least say Keeves. Keep it consistent, like what G-Man does. Or
Gary.
Keeves, Keefers.
What is it? Reefers?
Yeah, totally.
Thaddeus, we need you and your Canadian buddies to come down here and save us. We don't know what all this is about.
You can't ask for our help for everything, man.
I know, because you guys don't fight. I'm joking.
There's the option to come up here. I mean, there's a lot of people that threatened to move to Canada if Trump was going to win.
I was one of those people, and there was somebody on Facebook that changed my mind about it, because they said that they're not going to be moving to Canada because he's going to be right here calling Trump out on all his bullshit.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's the right thing to do. I'm going to be right here calling Trump out on all his fucking bullshit. Even though I haven't, not really, except for on Facebook, which I don't link in the description because that's my private place.
But here's such a great place. We got maple syrup and maple leaves and hockey.
Keep shipping it to us as long as Trump lets you, and I'll be okay.
So you can have your own little Canada over there, but you don't actually want to check out the big Canada. That's hurtful, man.
Like, Trump tried to raise the taxes on just avocados back in February. Just avocados, because they're from Mexico. Nothing else that comes from Mexico, just avocados. I guess he doesn't like them all that much. Who knows? Who cares? It didn't work because I think it was the Supreme Court came in and said, no, can't do that. And it's like, this dude's crazy, dude. I can't. I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I know what you gotta do. You gotta pack your bags. You gotta come here.
No, if I'm gonna go anywhere, I'm going to fucking Sweden with an 88 to 95%, depending on where you get your information, atheistic rate, and free education, and mandatory month-long vacation. I'm going to Sweden, baby. I will learn Swedish.
I tried.
I've never tried to learn Swedish.
No, I don't mean like learning language. I mean, I tried to convince you to come to Canada, but it's like
you tried. You
can't really compete with all that stuff. We don't have like free everything yet.
Yeah, according to
if
Gary,
we ever will.
According to Gary, atheists don't exist, and you can't change our minds because we're of the devil or whatever.
Oh, that's why. That was all a waste of time.
It's a whole waste of time, man. I'm set in my ways. Don't you know this? My heart was hardened like Pharaoh's.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot, actually.
I think it's funny that creationists, because I know it's just creationists that say this, refer to King Ramses as Pharaoh. They call him Pharaoh. That's all they say is Pharaoh. Like, you can.
That's kind of funny now I think about it.
It is funny because you can at least call him Pharaoh Ramses, because there was more than one Pharaoh. I don't know if they know that. It was actually.
You heard about that guy called Pharaoh?
And it was actually Ramses II, I think, that was referenced in the Bible. I could be wrong.
Back in the Crusades that were led by King who? No, it's just King. You don't know about King?
You don't know about King?
Yeah, King.
And his title was.
I feel sorry for you guys in America. I mean, that guy president, he's causing a lot of trouble.
Right. And the thing is, and his official title was King Ramses. Pharaoh was what he was, but his official title was King Ramses. And I could be wrong. I'll look later because I don't care right now. I don't care enough right now to look. But I'm pretty sure he was called King Ramsey in the Bible. It's like, stop calling him Pharaoh. I don't like to nitpick, but that's just one where I got to be like, stop. Enough. His name is not Pharaoh.
That would be the same thing as like calling your president,
or calling your teacher.
Yeah,
I don't know about you in Canada, but here in at least Vegas, everybody called their teacher teacher. It didn't matter which teacher it was. Their name was teacher.
Wow, that's actually kind of
Or,
convenient to have all your people named teacher and they will grow up to be
right?
teachers.
Well, it was actually 3 names. It was either teacher, Mr., or Miss. It
Oh
didn't matter
shit.
if they were married. It was Miss.
Yeah.
And I didn't call them by their names either. I just didn't call them teacher, Mr., or Miss. I called like my theater teacher. I called him Mr. Dude, and he hated it. By the end of my senior year, I was calling him Michael. That was his first name. He hated it.
Better than
Now,
calling him dude, bro.
yeah, now he's a Facebook friend of mine. Huge respect for him. Now I call him Michael because we're both adults, and fuck formalities, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh.
so Michael, if you're not watching, which I know you're not, 'cause you're
Yeah.
still working on that play, buddy. 6 years later,
Still work on it.
still working on it.
Might never be complete, but
Probably never will be a complete.
you don't think like that, man.
No, in all seriousness, I did recently start work on it again. And
Oh,
it's
no.
it's a play. It's supposed to be a high school play. I don't know how many high schools will actually put it on. It's a commentary on religion without being directly about religion.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's one of those subtle things.
Right, yeah, the undertones.
Yeah. And
Right.
I'm in the process of reworking George Carlin's Modern Man to fit the opening monologue. So I'm basically writing my own monologue in the style of Modern Man by George Carlin, and it's interesting so far.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to read it on
Carlin is
air.
a legend.
And he was amazing. He's probably my favorite stand-up comedian of all time, which is odd. Usually when an atheist becomes an atheist, like George Carlin's their go-to guy. And then eventually they fall out of it and turn into like the Richard Dawkins Hitchens phase. And then they fall out of that and just kind of become their own person. And I never went into the Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens phase. I watched some of their stuff, and I've read one book by Dawkins.
Like, I know I'm not atheist, but I mean, if there's one of those like top atheist guys that I can see where they're coming from, it would probably be Sam Harris.
I don't know a whole lot about Sam Harris. I know of him, and I've watched maybe a debate. I think I may have watched a debate on him like 2 years ago. Maybe I just watched a video on him. I don't remember.
And there was what's his face, Richard Carrier.
Oh, I don't know that name.
Oh shoot, but he's not really a big name, so probably don't know.
From what I know about the community and Harris, is a lot of atheists apparently don't like him. I don't know why.
Well, maybe you'll learn.
Maybe I'll learn. Who knows? If I had to pick any of them, I would have to pick Hitchens because I agree with him the most. I disagree with him on a few things, but I agree with him the most, especially the part where, no, I don't have to respect religion. No, I don't have to respect your beliefs. No, I don't have to be tame. No, I don't have to respect you. No, I don't have to be nice. I agree with that.
Dude, we got another watcher. Finally, someone in live chat.
Awesome. And it's almost the end of the show. I'll go another 5 minutes just for the hell of it. Why not? Live and let live, right? That has
because no one else is watching
to do with what we're doing. Well, whoever you are, congratulations. You are the winner for being the first viewer officially, because the other guy left, if it's not the same guy watching that. Right.
you don't know.
I don't know. It's hard. It's creepy, really. So and he's gone. Because I directly referenced him.
Some like random person,
right?
It's like you can just imagine like peeking through like the blinds and he like closes it and then he peeks through it again.
It probably is the same person.
It's like Pin. There's someone there.
It was General Han Solo. I don't know who that is. I've heard of him. I don't know. Who that is.
In our community, there's this guy that he goes by that name. Yeah,
it's a good name.
Yeah, I guess Star Wars hasn't sued him yet. So I mean, a Lucasfilm or Disney.
Now, before you tell me anything else about him, is he an atheist? And let me tell you why I came to that conclusion. Go ahead. Is he an atheist?
Nope.
No? That is so interesting. We're not going with this.
Oh man, you just wrecked your whole little theory there.
Well, in the do you know where I'm going with this? Because in the first Star Wars movie,
Yes, I
Han
know what you're talking
Solo
about.
came off as very atheistic, saying I can't,
Yeah.
saying something along the lines of I can't believe you guys believe in that Force mumbo jumbo. I don't
Oh
believe
yeah,
real and
yeah.
shit like that. He came off as very atheistic. So
Yeah,
it's
George
really,
Lucas's A New Hope. Yeah, I remember
yeah.
that. Han
I was
Solo.
really hoping that General Han Solo was an atheist because of that. Because that would have been
Yeah.
so meta and so cool. And now I'm so disappointed.
Nope. Sorry about that. He's actually like this person that we're talking about in the live chat who calls himself that. He actually is part of the great debate community, I'd say, and he's actually one of the smarter Christians on here. Like he doesn't believe in like young Earth creationism and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know there was a such thing as a smart Christian, but okay.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I guess that means that back when I identified as that, you didn't consider me too smart either.
No, the truth, there are some smart Christians. They're just not smart when it comes to their beliefs.
Oh, that's sad. You have to talk to him then, man. He's probably in like Wayne's hangout or something, which is still going on, by the way. You can blame
Is it
him for stealing all our viewers.
CA? Christian anarchist?
No, Wayne's.
Wayne. Oh, I have no idea.
Wayne Fillmore. He's another one of the smart. There's like, see, that's right. You have like all these different sects here in the community, and they're like the smart Christian sect.
And I'm guessing Gary and Veckel are not part of that.
No.
Did not think so. That's like they're like the college and university level, and Gary's over here. He's over here in community college, barely out of high school, thinking he knows everything.
It's not a diploma mill.
Yeah, it's not one of those. It's like you get a certificate for participation.
Yeah, like a little pat on the back, a little participation trophy.
Yeah, and all you do is basically
Good work, kid.
all you really do is just build blocks with letters on them. The teacher spins the wheel going, I don't know what's going on. He's not even a teacher. He's basically like a guy who just came in one day and decided, I'm going to teach this class nothing.
He's one of the students.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wait, don't you know? Because G-Man knows a whole bunch of stuff. He's a teacher. Shit.
Apparently, yeah. Fucking A, I failed that class then.
Yeah, today we're going to learn about why the Bible does not teach a flat earth.
Even though it kind of
does. That's a hard claim to make because again, I try to look at it, I guess objectively. It's one of those things where you can look at it and go either or, but at the same time, if we are going to treat it like it's hard because there's two different perspectives you can take. You can take the fact that the ancient Hebrews back then did believe in a flat earth because of their there's a lot of these ancient like civilization cosmologies that revolve around like a flat earth or whatnot, but you can also take it as in
there was some like the
maybe
Greeks believed in a round earth.
But yeah, but a lot of this stuff comes from before the Greeks' time, like the Old Testament stuff.
Yeah, well, some of it. The Greeks have been around for, I want to say 4,000 years, maybe older. I don't know. I'm not rich on ancient history. I know the historicity of Jesus. That's about it.
You might want to learn the other stuff because how else are you supposed to argue against these people?
I'll learn it when I have to.
No.
But if you're going to go
as well versed,
if you're gonna go the flat Earth route, at least go the Norse mythology route because then it's a flat Earth with a big fucking tree and all these realms.
Oh
then it's cool, dude.
Exactly, you can go different planes. It's amazing.
You see some frost giants underneath you, man.
It's like D&D.
It's like D&D. All these different realms, man.
Yeah.
Well,
but I bet you don't have any other topics, so.
Not at the moment. We'll have to see what happens in the next week.
Well, maybe actually we'll prepare something for next week, right?
Well, we intentionally didn't prepare anything for this week because
that was probably intentionally a bad idea. No, I was kidding.
Hey, gives a shit. People watch, they watch, they don't, they don't. I want to say fuck them, but if I say that, they won't watch.
Yeah, yeah. Can't quite do that.
Can't do that. But did. I kind of did. But for now, I think we'll end it here.
Oh yeah. Or are we gonna do like our little like social link give out or whatnot if you want to follow us on
I have an intro and an outro planned for every video, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Thank you all for watching or not watching in this case. If you are interested in getting in contact with either me or Trill or just following us, all of our social contacts are in the description. Have fun with those.
Oh, not all of them,
Well,
but
not
enough of them.
all the ones we're willing to give out. That's fine. But all of
Ain't no
those,
phone number, ain't no home address. It's probably for a good reason though.
my social is in there. It's just coded in. It just can't. You have to be really good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, you gotta be really good at clicking the link that's through it.
Right. I accidentally put in my Facebook in there or something. I don't know. Oh shit! Is that my Pornhub account? Fuck me, right? But anyway, all of the social media is in the description. I'm gonna leave you guys there. Thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you later on in the week. Later, all.
Yeah.